This is music, and this is Collecting in Style. So one thing that's annoying, it kind of depends, I think, on whether it's something you buy secondhand or not. But one thing that's kind of annoying is when the jacket of a vinyl LP or EP or something is not in pristine condition, especially if it's like a mint album, a brand new one that you buy. And one, I guess, of the most common types of damage to this, apart from, I think the corner bend might be the most common type, but the seam split is also very common. People don't really seem to have that much of a problem with ring wear. Maybe, I don't know why, but they don't. But I've seen a lot of people sort of complain about seam splits. And I do have a couple of albums in my collection, of course, that have seam splits. And there are like two types of seam split. The first one is the one that you can see on Let There Be Rock here. I don't know if you can see it right up here, right there, right, where my guess is that the album has maybe been stored upside down and the record has cut its way through the edge here. I don't really think, I mean, I know this is called seam split, but I think maybe we should come up with a different name, because it's actually not in the seam, but it's more like in the edge here, so maybe an edge split. And this one was actually a new reissue I bought, and it had this seam split here. It didn't bother me too much, to be honest, because the important thing to me is that the vinyl itself is in tip-top shape. I don't know if you can see it. There's also a slight corner bend here. Again, I'm not too worried about that. And then you have the other type of seam split, the true seam split. And so here, this is an example where I have one. Bitches Sin, No More Chances. And this is not a very common thing to come across in the wild, but as you can see, there's a bit of a seam split here. Also, you just saw a peek of that. Pretty cool. It still had this one in it, which is awesome, I think. However, now the thing is, I have this one. It has this seam split, and while I don't think, I'm not sure. If it is, please let me know. I'm not sure if this is repairable. I don't know. Maybe if you, I guess you can tape it, but you know, who wants to tape a jacket like this up? So I don't know if there are any ways to sort of fix this one, but a conundrum to me, something I haven't decided on yet, is, you know, should I fix seam splits like this, because they are actually fixable, right? There are lots of different ways. You can fix it with double adhesive tape. You can fix it with glue inside. So there are lots of different things you can do. Now the conundrum is really, now for example, if I had kind of like bought a new one like this, and it, I don't know, for some reason came with a seam split, I might, you know, prefer, it hasn't happened to me yet, but I would probably prefer fixing it, because these seam splits they're a bit difficult to handle, especially if you have like inserts like this, right? And they, you know, they can actually be kind of difficult to put them back in, and they might fall out and all sorts of stuff. But the conundrum is this now. So this one here is a bit of a rarity, and I don't know if I should fix this seam split, right? Because it's a bit of a rarity. Will it decrease its value? First of all. Secondly, do I even care about its value, right? That's, which I actually think I don't. But so what I'm really curious about is, do you guys fix seam splits like this? I would like to pick your brains if you want to contribute with a comment. because that's really something I'm really interested to sort of learn what other people do. I haven't decided yet, to be perfectly honest. I feel like some part of me really wants to fix seam splits, so it's a bit easier to handle the records, but another part of me wants to leave the seam splits because that's how I got them. So they're kind of like part of the character of the physical item, like this one here. So it doesn't have that much to do with the value, I think, of the item. It has more to do with, you know, its character, I think. But of course, if I fix it, I kind of add a bit of my character to it, you know what I mean? So I haven't decided yet, but I know there are lots of different ways to fix seam splits. I know there are different attitudes towards seam splits. Some people are like, I don't fix them and I don't care about them. It's important to me that the vinyl is good. And other people are really annoyed with seam splits and really want to fix them. And I think people are, interestingly enough, you know, this kind of seam split, I don't know, I think people might be more annoyed with that, and especially in this case because it's brand new, right? But I mean, it's probably been in a storage for, because I think this one came out in, here it says 2003, right? The reissue. I think they made a later copy of it, and I think this might be a repressing, the later repressing of the 2003 reissue. So it's probably been like in a storage like this for many, many years. So, you know, what can you do? But it's brand new, and I know, because I've spoken to some collectors about this, that they are really, they hate this kind of seam split. I don't, I mean, it's a bit annoying, but it doesn't ruin the record for me. Okay. So it seems that a lot of people, I don't know, maybe dislike this kind of seam split more than this type of real true seam split. I actually kind of dislike this one a bit more because it makes it a bit more difficult to handle. As I said, the jackets, even though I don't keep my records in the jackets, right? I keep them, you know, like behind the jacket to avoid ring wear. Which is kind of weird because I don't have a problem with ring wear, but you know, I guess I don't have a problem with ring wear if it's a second-hand one I pick up. Maybe I have a problem with it, ring wear that's caused by me, which has happened, and that I did go, so I guess that's it. Anyways, seam splits. Do you guys fix seam splits? What do you think they should be fixed? And if yes, do you fix them, and how do you fix them? If no, I don't know, why not? That'll be really interesting to hear. So some input from the vinyl community, some feedback on seam splits would be really cool. In any case, even if you don't have anything to say about seam splits, thanks for watching.